Ladies and gentlemen, Royal Ambassador Mr. Tom and his wife Bethany Alkazin.
All right, well, hey, a couple of things very quickly. How many of you have ever thought about all the things that didn't work in your network marketing career? Raise your hand if you've had a few things that didn't work. Well, I want to share with you for just a minute a lot of things that never worked for us that would give you hope. You know, you hear about all those things that do work, but years and years ago, I'll tell you a story when I first got involved in the Amway business, and I used to leave my job, and I drove down the hill from where I worked at 5 o'clock, and I went into a Chevron gas station, and I changed my shirt, and I shaved in a gas station to go do a meeting that night in my business. And I did that over. I was 23 years old. I was single. I did that over and over and over again because I wanted to be free. And many of those nights, guess how many people showed up? Zero. None. And at that same period of time, I remember in that business the idea, I thought, wow, I just had to get more people introduced to the product. And I used to take these trays of product, can you believe this, door to door on my 45-minute lunch hour. Why? Scared to death, but I wanted to be what? I wanted to be free. My whole motivation from the first time I was introduced to this industry was to get free. I remember sharing what we call showing, a business presentation. 17 nights in a row, and 17 nights in a row, nobody got involved. Anybody ever had that happen? Well, it doesn't happen in Vemma, because we have the best product in the world. Try selling soap. It's really tough. But you know what happened? The next 5 people got in, and that kept me alive. And I want to share 2 things for you in closing before I introduce our next speaker. And if you want to jot this down, here's really the key of over 30 years for us in this industry of what really has helped us succeed to the level that we're at today. Number 1, I chose to believe, continue to believe in myself. So write down, choose to believe. Write down, choose to believe. You know, our great friend Jim Brogan, executive leader here, talks about the power of a choice and the choice that you all made to be here this weekend. I chose to believe. Now, why did I believe 30 years ago when I had no reason to believe? Because it's the second thing I'm going to give you. Because somebody believed in me first. And so, number 1, choose to believe in your, you have a choice. Choose to believe that this business is going to work for you. That's all you have to do. It starts with choosing to believe and saying, that little voice saying, hey, this is going to work for me. And number 2, you can start this weekend. Practice sharing your belief in someone else. Going up to somebody this weekend that's on your team, that's in your group, shaking their hand, patting them on the back, most importantly, looking them right in the eye and saying, you know what, we believe in you. You can do this. You know, years ago, somebody believed in Tom Alkazin, and it gave me enough belief to do 15 meetings over 30-some days, and nobody got involved. But I continued to believe because somebody said to me what? They said, hey, Tom, we believe in you. And so choose to believe this weekend, and you're going to be on your way to an amazing, amazing future. Well, it's my privilege now to introduce to you the Royal Ambassadors have the honor of being able to introduce an elite leader from each side of our business. And we have the great privilege to introduce to you our first one this morning. This is a couple that we've known for many, many years. They are not only dear friends, but they are incredible. They are like John D. Phillips. They are part-time and yet have built to the presidential level. They're certified financial planners. Becky, an accomplished expert in 401k programs. They've built an amazing income in their primary business, and yet also as well here have reached the presidential level. I want you to put your hands together. Welcome to the stage, presidential leaders, new elite leaders, Glenn and Becky Polson. Here they come.
Thank you, Tom, so much. Have you ever heard the saying, luck is where preparation crashes into opportunity? That's us. We are really so blessed. We have the most incredible team. We are just so proud of you guys. We love you to death. Wherever you are, you're the best. Well, anyway, as Tom mentioned, we are in financial services. We own our own firm. Glenn's a certified financial planner. I set up 401k plans. I'm a retirement benefits consultant. We've been doing this for almost 30 years. We have approximately, well, really over $50 million in client assets that we manage. And next month, we'll be married 31 years, right, honey?
Absolutely. 31 wonderful years. Well, we've known BK since 1989, and we met Tom and Bethany shortly thereafter. And we were actually pretty successful in the New Vision business. But when Vemma launched, the timing just wasn't right for us. We had just moved to Sedona, and so we had to make a choice. And we chose to focus on our financial planning practices back then. So you may ask, well, what got us finally into doing Vemma? Well, number one are the tax benefits. The tax benefits of a home-based business, specifically in network marketing, are absolutely tremendous, but that's another talk. The other reason is helping others reach their financial goals. That's what we do. But in typical financial planning, it could take 20 to 30 years where the earnings off of your savings and investments can take care of you for the rest of your life. But with Vemma, you could accomplish the same thing in just 3 to 4 short years by following the Vemma action plan. Well, we have many professions that sit across our desks, and the thing that has amazed me the most over my career, the number one profession where you get the most dynamic change in people's lives are in network marketing. But as I tell all my successful clients, it's not how much money you make that counts, it's how much you keep.
The other thing that is really empowering for me is a secondary income source, being in financial services. I think Plan B is a really good plan. And I think many of you in the room maybe thought a year ago you should have had a Plan B. The other exposure that we have to our clients is that most of them have secondary income sources. So we want to suggest to you not to prejudge successful people, because successful people are always looking for other ways to become more successful.
Well, yesterday you heard BK talk about the goals for 2010, and one of the goals was helping 20,000 people earn $500 a month. Well, I've got a great analogy that I've used for a long time. I ask people, which is easier? Getting involved in Vemma and working your Vemma business, let's say 10 hours a week, to accomplish the $500 a month goal at the end of the 12 months, or the following. As the chart shows, in typical financial planning, to accomplish the same thing, you'd have to, over the next 12 months, earn an extra $150,000, pay $50,000 of that in taxes, have $100,000 left over, invest that at 6% interest income, if you know where to even get that today. That gives you $6,000 a year. You divide that by 12 months, and that's $500 a month. So again, which is easier, working your Vemma business or making an extra $150,000 over the next 12 months? I think the answer is pretty obvious. Another analogy I like to use is you hear BK say on the Reinvent Your Life DVD, whether your goal is to make $100 a week or $100,000 a month, people just like you are already doing it. So another analogy I like to use is that where today can you invest $1,000 in a business startup for the potential to be making $1 million a year? And so let's say that you buy into that, and after 4 years, you are only making 10% of that goal. And so you're only making an extra $100,000 a year. Well, are you going to, in what you're currently doing right now, be making $100,000 a year more in 4 years? Probably not. So again, I think the answer is obvious. Which is easier? I think working the Vemma business gives you a better chance of reaching that goal. Well, we were asked to share with you, how did we go from executive last year to presidential this year over the last 12 months? Well, it helps to look at our history, where we came from. And as you can see, we started with the Vemma launch. But then a time period up there that should be really obvious is Diamond. You see, we were at Diamond for 132 weeks. Now, this is because that's where we made the choice, because we had just moved to Sedona, and the timing just wasn't right for us. But what happened was Verve came out, and when Verve came out, our son Grady got all over it, and then the Phoenix Suns jumped on it, and that was our catalyst. And you can see that we quickly rank advanced thereafter. But what do we focus on over the last year or the last 6 months to go from executive to presidential? Well, First thing you have to do is consult with your upline. Your upline leaders have done it before. You must be coachable. You've heard that over and over this weekend. And so one of the things that we were told that we need to set goals. And so the goal was to be presidential this year. But then we were told what we need to do is to continue to do more of the same, meaning never stop personally enrolling. Don't expect business to come to you. You have to go out and get it. And when we look at our business, it was the people that we personally enrolled, that followed the system, that did home events. That's where we look in our organization where the majority of our new volume came from, and that's what really made the difference over the last 6 months for us.
And our focus, according to our upline, we listened to them. They told us focus on new members. Help your newest members to rank advance by helping them to qualify and to begin cycling. So we focused very heavily on our bronze, silver, gold, and diamonds. And the analyticals that we are, we put together another chart for you. Anyway, you can see the chart above. This represents actual members who are qualifying and cycling. And we looked at December 08, and now we look at December 09, and what we are so excited about is what is it going to look like in December of this year. We can hardly wait.
Another area that we really focused on, as we were told, is the importance of builder packs. Again, if you go to vemmatips.com, we've got, we think, a pretty good article there that explains how to present builder packs to new people. And the reason we promote builder packs is because I'm always telling brand new people that want to do the business, members, that you need to take ownership of your business. And it's the same. Let's say you own a steakhouse. You don't wait for the customer to come there and order a steak before you go out and run and buy the steak to bring back to the restaurant and cook the steak. What you do is that you've got steak in the inventory. Well, that's the purpose of the builder pack. It's a variety of product, because you can't expect your enroller to bring over a whole carload of product for your new people to take home. So as you saw by the formula we had up there, that the more builder pack and the more products you have on hand, the more rank advancement that you're going to have in your business. So before Becky wraps this up, folks, this is really an easy business. You don't need a 4-year degree. You don't need a securities or insurance license. You don't need to be a certified financial planner. What you need is desire. You need desire for change and the belief, the true belief that success can really happen to you. And if you have a willingness to work, everyone here can achieve the level of success that they desire with Vemma.
And really, I just have something really quick that we share with our group on a regular basis, and that is really that we all have choices. BK had a choice. He could have taken this incredible product to Costco. Mr. Costco could have made an extra $1 billion, but instead, he brought it to us. And we have an opportunity. We could have 1,000 here making $1 million. We could have 2,000 of us making $500,000, or we could have 4,000 of us making $250,000. We can all be financially free with Vemma.
Okay. Hey, you know what? I mean, isn't that encouraging? You know, again, part-time effort, but full-time income. And I got to tell you what, that if you're getting underway in the business, that has to be inspiring. I mean, that you could have an amazingly successful career and bring this business alongside to even meet or even exceed it. Give them another round of applause. They did a great job. All right. Well, I have the privilege of introducing another new elite to you. On the flip side of our business, this is just a couple that we have really come to admire and love as we've gotten to know them even better. They're part of that incredible Carolina team. Any Carolina people over here? I don't know, somewhere? They're all over the place. But Harold and Amelia Tadlock. Amelia owned a dance studio, a very successful business. Harold owned a chain of 24 restaurants all throughout South Carolina. They were introduced to the Vemma product originally by their niece, and they have been together as a couple for 50 years. How about that? Together for 50 years. a couple of short years, obviously, in Vemma, but they're brand new Vemma elite leaders, brand new presidentials from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Help me welcome Harold and Amelia Tadlock. Here they come.
Good morning. Can you hear me in the back? Woo! I first would like to thank these special people in the black chairs. Last year we were among other chairs, and I thought, golly, they are really special. I had no idea how special they are. The last several days, getting to know them, they come to you and just say, congratulations, we're so proud of you. And any way that we can help you, we will. And that's been very gratifying. And we're looking forward to being among you for many years to come. I would like to thank also BK. You're a very special person who has a special company that has done special things as an elite, all these wonderful little gifts. But beyond that, you're doing this for everyone here, not just for the elite. And there's a saying that we all have heard in the past, the best way or the best gift you can give someone is the gift of helping themselves. And, you know, you've heard about the father, of course, showing his son how to fish, not just giving him fish. I think we appreciate more what we do. And you're doing this for your 3 boys. We're doing this for our families as well, but you're doing it yourself. You know, I think when you give a gift, you feel so much better about something you've shared with someone. When we were coming on the plane, I was going through one of the magazines, and that same saying was written down, and it said, the best gift you can give is the gift of helping others to help themselves. I immediately then thought of Vemma. You know, how you know, we've heard over the last several days how it has helped and changed people's lives. It's given them another opportunity. And that's such a great feeling. I'll go back quickly to the training center. We have a training center that welcomes you. You come in and you see Vemma displays different, but it's a home scene as you first come in. The sofa and the chair, the desk, a home-like setting where most of you have shared Vemma with others. And we have a meeting room, we have a conference room, a couple of offices. There are people there that can help you when you're not sure what you're doing. And Harold has said many times, honey, don't worry about what you don't know. We've got people that can help you do that for you. And that's a blessing. I would like now to turn this over to my loving husband. Thank you.
I think I'm done. John D., 6 feet tall, brother. You know what the problem is, though? I used to be 6'6" when I had hair. Let's hear it for Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Thank you, thank you. I'd like for Ronnie Feltz and Carol Ann Feltz to stand up. Jimmy Robinette, Cindy Robinette, please stand up. This is our first year in the Vemma Elite Chairs. Next year, we want our entire group up here in these elite chairs. These guys we have created an incredible income in a short period of time, but we do it by working together. I want to start out by thanking BK. BK, thank you for having a wonderful company, a wonderful product, and a wonderful opportunity. believe me, I was not looking for an opportunity, but I was looking for this product. My niece introduced it to me when I was 65 years old at my brother's funeral. And believe me, I needed the product at that time. I had lost my energy, my strength, and I hurt all over more than any other place. And just typically didn't feel good. That's a joke. Just typically didn't feel good. I had to force myself out of bed in the mornings and all that. You know, as you get older, those things happen. Well, we don't have to accept that. If you take Vemma, you don't have to accept that. But I have been taking Vemma soon to be 4 years this next month. And I've taken it every day, and it literally has changed my life. I really got my quality of life back because I realized that I needed those vitamins and minerals. I didn't know anything about antioxidants. I do now, thank goodness, thank God. That's the reason I take it 3 to 4 to 5 times a day. There's 24 hours in a day. It stays in your body roughly 6 to 8 hours. You do the math. We deal with health. We're in the wellness business. But anyway, like Amelia said, she touched on our training center. We started this, I wanted to do it when I first got into business. By the way, I took the product for 1 year and 3 months. I told my niece I would not work this product, didn't want any part of it. Not that I had that much money, but fortunately I could have stayed retired. But I just wanted to take the product. But when I had such marvelous results on this product, I had to tell everybody about it. And now I feel like we have a moral obligation to share the opportunity. Because let me tell you, from a businessman point of view, Ronnie Feltz and Jimmy Robinette and myself, that's just to mention 3 of us, we're traditional businessmen, and I'm telling you, we've always put our name on the line, invested a lot of money, and signed notes for millions, and I'm telling you, that's pressure. And there's no pressure like financial pressure. We have an opportunity to do the same thing in Vemma for $150 a month that you can do in traditional business out here, investing millions of dollars. Does it make any sense to go in traditional business? What would you rather do? Well, I like to lie down at night and go to sleep. It's hard to do sometime in traditional business. But, buddy, I can do it in Vemma. I take a Vemma right before I go to bed. I sleep well all night. Anyway, thank you. God bless you. My time's out. Yay to Myrtle Beach.